I occasionally feel anxiety, as all of us do, and I already found things to cope with it that I share in my newsletter and my Instagram, so for more context, check it out. And while thinking about what helps me to stay calm and not get that much into the anxiety, I realized that one of those things is actually things, objects that I do not buy or do not own or do not pay attention to that help me stay away from the anxious state of mind. So today I would like to share with you some things that I don't buy or own to reduce anxiety. The first thing that I don't buy to reduce anxiety is the new food. Except the situation if I have the ready recipe that I prepared for using this evening when I'm gonna prepare dinner and I need this specific thing that's new for me, I will go ahead and buy it. But if I don't have a specific situation that I prepared to use this new ingredient in, I will never buy new food in the store. By new, I mean the food that I've never tried before, like cornstarch. I know this is usual, but I'm sorry, I don't use cornstarch in my everyday life, so it's very unlikely that I ever buy it unless I have the recipe ready for me to prepare for this dinner. Or I don't know, some spices that I've never heard of, or new fruit or vegetables that I don't cook on a daily basis. All these new foods, they may give me this sense of obligation to use them as soon as I buy them, because even if sometimes I feel the desire to try something new, if I do not have a plan to use it, it will only give me the stress about, oh my god, how will I use it, what will I put it in, and how on earth will I eat it? So I try to stay away from new food and not buy it at all unless I have a plan for it. The second thing I don't buy or purchase to reduce stress is digital products in the period of my life where I'm busy, and it's actually almost always. So if I know that I have some commitments in my life, I do not even click the button buy the digital product because it will be hard for me to combine and equilibrate all these things that I suddenly decided that I can't take up. And it will be difficult for me to stay on top of things and not get anxious about so many things that I decided to apply for and now have to do. So no digital products for me, no new courses, no new guides or PDFs, Google Sheets table, if I am right now in the moment when I already have this all and I already have things I'm committed to. Number 3 I don't buy is long subscriptions or long membership cards. I usually try to try a thing first, like a club or a hobby, and then only commit to it for a longer period of time. For example, a subscription to a certain app that I want to use for my work, I would not want to buy the whole yearly subscription before I try a monthly subscription. Or if it is about the gym, no, I will never buy a yearly subscription or membership to the gym because I know myself, I better try to do this for a month at least and then decide if I'm ready to commit to it for longer. So no long memberships, no long subscriptions, because then I will feel only anxious that I spent money on it and now I don't use it, and it's just a lot of stress for me to waste my money, you know? The fourth thing that I do not actually buy or own is the body care that is extra. By extra, I mean something that I don't use regularly, some new brands or some new products that I decided I want to try out, or masks. I don't use masks. I know that sometimes I want something new and fresh to try out, but I also know that if I commit to a new bottle of something, I will also feel anxious about the obligation, the necessity to use this thing that I bought. Before I run out of my products that I already have, I will not commit to the new bottle of something new that I want to try out. You know what I mean? And I also stick to the brands that I already know about, that I already love, and I don't try other things out. This only complicates my life to try new things if the old things already work well, so I try to avoid it. In addition to that, if I have a lot of masks, bottles, like conditioners in my bathroom, I also, when I look at them, I feel like, oh my god, I haven't used it for months. Why did I even buy it? Oh no, that's a disaster. And this also bothers me a lot if I think like that, and gives me anxiety and stress. So I keep minimum of these body care things in my bathroom and try to not commit to anything else in order to reduce anxiety. Number 5 item buy to reduce anxiety is electronics. I think electronics on their own have become a big source of problems for our modern societies, because we get anxious, we get stressed, we get depressed, we get FOMO because of these small little electronic things that are actually even objects and do not want any bad for us, but we somehow use it in a bad way to cause us problems. That is just so weird that some small electronic things rule our world. But what I do is I do not buy any extra electronics. I really try to stay away from different electronic watches, digital watches, from iPads. I only have my phone, my computer, and I don't even buy a laptop, although sometimes it will make sense to go somewhere, to a cafe or to a place where there's electricity, to work for an hour or two. But I still try to stay away from it, because I know this will give me even more feeling of obligation to use this thing, and it will give me anxiety about the things that I find in this electronic device, like use or other work to do, or some digital products that I didn't want to take up. Remember the second point. So staying away from new electronics and not upgrading the old ones is a huge source of peace for me, and I really recommend to try it out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Check my Patreon page if you would like to support my work, and also my Instagram page where I share more about my personal everyday life. Also, I recommend you to subscribe to my free newsletter, which is very inspiring and contains a lot of information about mindfulness, how our brain works, about minimalism. So I really enjoy it myself, and I think you might enjoy it as well. And I would like to also invite you to watch my previous video, which will be shown right here somewhere on the screen, and have the most wonderful day. Goodbye.